Okay, Cottrellville, Marine City, and all you river communities, there's a new rumor ripping through the area, and for once, it's actually not a horrific story. It's more of a wait, what kind of story? Because a 700-acre theme park concept has been talked about as a proposal for Cottrellville. 700 acres, and that number is why this feels like Disney kind of energy to one person and like a please no to somebody else. Now, before anybody goes full keyboard warrior on me, guys, we have a very important receipt level statement from Cottrellville Township Supervisor Greg Abbey. He says the township has been approached with a large multi-phase development concept for privately owned land in Cottrellville, and the idea includes a resort, entertainment spaces, movie studio facilities, a theme park, and some supporting amenities. But then he says the most important line in the entire statement right here: this is only a conceptual proposal and no approvals have been granted. So let's lock this in for a second. Not approved, it's not guaranteed, this is not imminent. And this video is just a keep your eye on it briefing, not a start the panic briefing. Okay, now let's talk about just the sheer size, because 700 acres is insane. For context, Michigan Adventures is about 250 acres, Cedar Point is about 364 acres, Six Flags Magic Mountain is about 209 acres, and Disneyland Resort is often cited around 500 acres. So if this is really 700 acres, you're talking about a site that is almost double the size of Michigan Adventure, almost twice Six Flags Magic Mountain, bigger than Disneyland's entire resort footprint, and roughly about double the size of Cedar Point, which means this is not just a local attraction, this is a regional destination scale idea. Now, my angry townie moment, because it's valid. A project like this doesn't just bring in the fun, it brings traffic, it brings noise, light, public safety demands, water and sewer questions, stormwater and drainage questions, and the most important question of all, who actually pays for the upgrades when everybody from 3 counties and all over the country starts showing up on Saturdays? And the supervisor's statement actually does a good job here, because he doesn't pretend that this is simple by any means. He says any proposal this big has to clear strict review standards, including zoning, environmental impact studies, traffic, emergency services, infrastructure, and community benefit. That's the language you want to honestly hear early on. And here's the most underrated part of his statement. He says the township has requested formal, verifiable documentation from the developers before further conversations. Things like corporate identity and financial capacity, engineering and environmental studies, infrastructure plans, land control, documentation, economic impact studies, and a detailed project description. That is a huge signal, and it means we're not just buying somebody's PowerPoint presentation, we're asking for receipts. And then another big trust line that came out that really impressed me. He says the township will not enter into any non-disclosure agreements, no NDAs, no, sorry, we can't talk about that right now. And that's exactly how you keep a community from ever getting played. So now let's do the cool thought moment. If this ever became real, you wouldn't just get a local theme park, you're getting an economic gravity this area has never seen before. Hotels would start showing up in conversations, restaurants, gas stations, retail, event venues, and yes, real estate would likely react, not because houses magically go up, but because a destination project can change demand patterns dramatically. You'd likely see a short-term rental gold rush, Airbnb owners trying to buy weekend market homes, more demand for rentals if jobs and seasonal workforce enter the picture, and a lot more speculation around any of the commercial corridors. But here's the adult part of this conversation. That does not mean everybody actually wins, because proximity cuts both ways. If you're too close, you may trade quiet rule for crowd noise and light. If this ever moved forward, the real story would be winners and losers based on access, buffering, and how well the rules were actually written up front. Now, let's talk about where this would even go in Cottrellville without turning this into a doxing festival. I'm not naming specific owners. I am not calling out a specific farm or tracts of land. No, I'm not going to do that this early on, but I can tell you how to actually think about it. A 700-acre destination site needs large contiguous tracts of land and a corridor that can handle large event surges. So when people ask where, the smart way to actually discuss this is crossroads and corridors that can fit that kind of criteria, places where you can build multiple entrances and exits and can stage parking, and you can upgrade roads without trapping the entire community in gridlock. And that's, you hear Crossroads being discussed. That doesn't prove that this is happening, but it's the kind of conversation that happens when a developer is starting to test feasibility. Okay, so how do we know if this is starting to turn real? This might be the part you want to take out your phone and just screenshot these. These are the 5 dominoes you'll see to fall. Domino 1, a formal rezoning request or zoning text amendment. This is the we're trying to make this legal move. Domino 2, a traffic study or a road agency discussion enters the room. Once that happens, somebody is starting to spend some serious money. Domino 3, water and sewer and stormwater capacity questions hit public packets. Domino 4, public safety planning, fire, EMS, and response times start to get talked about. And Domino 5, a development agreement discussion that the who pays for what document appears. And here's an important line from the supervisor's statement. If any formal application is submitted, it will go through Planning Commission, public hearings, professional and legal review, and environmental and infrastructure studies, and this is important, the full community input. That means this won't just be a surprise if it's built. You'll see it coming if you watch those dominoes. Now, I'm going to close this the right way. Yes, guys, be skeptical. Yes, ask questions. And yes, don't let anyone come in and steamroll the community. But I'm also going to say this. After covering in our other videos the Lenox Township landfill story and the AI data center rumors surrounding the area as well, it's kind of nice to have a what if that's actually fun instead of another heavy infrastructure horror story just 20 minutes away. So we'll watch this, and the second there's actually any formal documentation, not just talk, we'll update this with facts and maps and process steps. We'll probably be doing more videos on this. And if you see an agenda item, a meeting date, or any kind of public document, just drop it or post a link in the comments for me so everyone can review these. I don't want the owners, no addresses. I just want a paper trail. We'll see you on the next one.